one of the quickest ways, and maybe the quickest way to change your life in that area that you want change, or you're not happy, you're not feeling successful, you don't have what it is you want just yet, is to do the thing that scares you. That scary thing, the thing that you least want to do, is the thing that you most need to do. That reminds me of my favorite quote by Carl Jung: that which we need most will be found where we least want to look. I just love that so much because I'm really passionate about self-awareness, introspection, self-reflection. And this relates to doing this scary thing, because this it takes awareness. It requires some awareness and observing of yourself, and maybe the choice that you would typically make that has kept you stuck in that certain area, to first become aware. And how do you do that? You pay attention to your emotions. So as much as I talk about this, as much as I have overcome fear in many different areas in my life over the years, there was still one area, and I think I've overcome it now. This is so cool, because I just realized this just this week, actually. So for years, for not even years, for more than years, for decades, in this certain area of my life, I had some fear. And so what I did that kept me stuck and not making progress where I wanted to be were the choices that I was making. And those choices were based on fear. Okay, so several months back, I was really giving some attention to this challenging area in my life because I wanted it to change. And so I'm focusing on the problem, which is necessary so that you can pinpoint the real issue. Okay, so I was doing that work, and I was doing a lot of research and a lot of work on myself. And so then what happens is you're going to be given an opportunity, which is going to show up in the form of a challenge, that same challenging scenario, but it'll happen in a different place with different people, a different kind of experience, but it will invoke, when you're paying attention, you'll notice the same emotion. And so this happened for me, where I felt that fear. And it was around something seemingly so small, but it didn't matter how big, how small. In the past, in that same kind of situation, I would choose the fear-based action. And this time, I observed the emotion. I observed what was, happening and how I felt, uncomfortable and fear. There was some fear there, and I thought, I could just choose the action that I have chosen in the past, and that's going to keep me stuck. But no, I'm going to do the scary thing. And it was terrifying. It was on such a small scale, but still the fear was there. It was very scary, and I did the scary thing anyway, making the choice that was not, what I would normally choose. It was something different. So even though in the past, choosing something that made me unhappy and uncomfortable, I still knew the outcome. And this is the thing where we keep ourselves stuck, because at least we know what to expect, and so we're comfortable with that. But if we're being very honest with ourselves, we're not comfortable at all. And so this time, I did the scary thing, which was maybe even a little scarier, maybe a little bit more uncomfortable than what I would choose in the past, just because it's different. But this time I chose it, and yes, it was hard. It made me feel uncomfortable. It didn't feel good. And but then I was encountered with the same situation just this last week, and it was no problem. I've already made a new habit. It was very easy for me to make to assess the situation and make a choice, and there was no fear there. This time it was super easy for me to just make the choice that is going to take me in a direction that's more positive for me, and I had no question, no desire to even choose what I would have chosen in the past, and also the fear wasn't there. So I apologize that my example was a little bit vague, just because it's personal to me, so I don't want to share the full details. I'm sure you can understand that, but I feel like I can still get the point across and bring value and help whoever might need to hear the message. And we all have certain things in our lives that make us uncomfortable, that we're scared of, but when you really start to pay attention to and just acknowledge, become aware of, what? I'm not happy in this area. I want more for myself in this area. I'm not yet where I want to be, over here. And then you start to pay attention to why that is. You're likely going to notice that the choices you've been making are keeping you there, and they are likely based on fear. No problem, no judgment. It is okay to feel however you feel. Be easy on yourself. Know that the emotion will pass. But if you want a different outcome, you must choose a different action. And if you want that action to take you toward a positive direction, a positive outcome, you cannot choose the fear-based choice. But once you do this, even though it feels scary the first time, it'll feel less scary the next. And then for me, I think it was maybe the third time, maybe the fifth, I don't know, I didn't count exactly. No more fear. And you can do the same. I believe in you. So hopefully you got some value from the video. If you did, I invite you to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.